Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how I've made this little envelope box card. I've revisited the 6x6 version, or maybe it was 6x8. It was a version that my mum made me the card and then I recreated it, and I'll share that tutorial up here. And I thought it'd be nice to do in a 5x7 size. You've got a little stand here on the back and space to write your message, and that will fit into one of my 5x7 box envelopes, and I will have that linked up as well. This one's for Easter, but the original one I shared was for Mother's Day. So it's got all flowers in it. It's a really nice style for anything 3D that you've got, because it's kind of all protected within that width of the card there. I'm going to make another Easter one. I'll show you all of the products that I've used. So let's get started. So I'm using this kit. It's called Step Into Spring, and it was with issue 222 of Papercraft Essentials. It should still be available when this video goes out. I will link to Craft Stash below, but check out your local stores as well, your supermarkets, WH Smith, places like that. I popped all the pieces out of the kit and put them in this little box here, and then inside here is just all the larger animals. You get these lovely little honeycomb bellies, which you can see there as well, so I thought that's why it was a nice card style, because that's not going to get damaged when it goes in the box envelope. So it's a deconstructed envelope. So first of all, cut yourself a piece of 5x7, which is for the back of the card. So I've got this yellow colour, 5x7, and I've embossed this one here using my linen embossing folder here. And that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and these pieces we're going to cut the corners off in a minute. For the stand on the back, it's optional, but this is a piece of 7x5, and then along the 7-inch side you're going to score it 3.5. And I've already stuck my panel here, which is where I'll write my message, and this is 4 3/4 by 3.25. And then I've added this inside as a little stopper so it won't, fall flat. And that's a piece of 3 by 1 inch. And along the 3-inch side, you're going to score at 3/4, 1.5, and 2.25. And you just want to do a concertina fold, so a mountain, valley, and a mountain. You want like a letter M shape or a W. In fact, I think I stick it in so it's that way. Then we want to create the envelope side. So these two and this bottom one here. So I've already done one of them. So to do those first, leave that to one side. You want 2 pieces of 3.5 squared, and you're going to score at 1/2 and 1.5. And then you want a piece of pattern paper that's 1 3/4 by 3.25. Along this 3.5 side, where you've just scored at 1/2 and 1.5, you also just want to put a little marker at 2. And just flip the card and again mark at 2. This is just guidelines to where you'll be cutting. And then along the other side here, so I've got my 2 score lines now at the bottom, you want to put a little marker at 1 3/4, so just halfway. And that's where we're going to do some cutting in a minute. And then again with this piece, I'm just going to flip it over, put a little marker at 1/2. And then again with this piece, just put a little marker at 3/8 of an inch. Flip it again, just 3/8. You can, mark a pencil mark, but as long as you can see it. And then flip it over so you've got the long side, and those little markers are at the bottom here. And you want to mark at halfway, so it'll be 1 5/8. Again, we're going to cut that in a minute. You then want, this piece is for the base, or the bottom part of the envelopes. This is 4 by 7. Along the 7-inch side, you're going to score at 1 6. And then along the 4-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, and then at 2.5, but just to the first score line. So 2.5 just down to that first line there. Flip, and again do 2.5. Again, these are all cut lines. And then working along the long side, but you want those score lines all at the bottom here. You just want to mark halfway, which is 3.5. That's all the scoring. So then we'll start with this one first. Fold and burnish those score lines. And what we're going to do with this piece is where you've got your centre little marker there, you're going to cut across to these little markers here that you did just above these 2 score lines. So if I just show you first. Like so. And then again with the pattern paper, I'm just going to use my longer scissors here. I'm just going to cut from that middle little marker down to these ones here. like so. And again, just rub those out, but you're not going to see them anyway. But that will now stick perfectly over that portion there. You just want to do that twice. So I'm going to stick that one on there in a moment. And then again with this piece, just fold and burnish all of the score lines. With the score lines at the bottom here, you want to remove these little rectangles in each corner. Okay, and then just take a little wedge off of the corners there, or each end. So we've got that tab. And then flip it all the way around. You should have that middle little marker. You want to cut from that marker down to the top of that score line that you just scored, to that score line there, and then down. I'm swapping scissors just because these ones give me a nice point on the ends, but these ones are longer. And then I'm going to cut down there. So if I just show you what I've removed, you can see the shape. So that's the little middle marker there, down to the top of that score line that you just scored up to that first score line, and then just remove that square. So again, on this one here, I'm cutting from there up to here and then down, and remove that portion. So again, I'll just place it there just so you can maybe take a screenshot or freeze the, or pause the video. As long as you've got those shaped pieces that you've cut away and these two little ones here, then you know that you've got the right shaped piece. And then with this piece, you just want to mark up 7/8 of an inch, like so. And then along this side halfway, which will be 2 3/8. And then again, you're going to cut up and across, like so, like so. Remove any pencil marks, and now that one will stick nicely onto that part there. So I'm going to stick all them down. Also on these ones, just on the edge here, just take a little bit off. Okay, so whilst they're drying, you want to take this piece here. You want to find the middle here, which is 2.5, and then you want to come down 2.5 on each side. So there, and again here. And again, just snip away those corners like we have on all of the other pieces. And then again with this one, you're going to come down 2 3/8 on each side, and along the top here just mark the center, which will be 2 3/8, and just snip off those corners. And then just stick that one on top. Okay, now we can start putting everything together. So it's up to you really which way you do this. I'm going to take the bottom one first. You want to add your glue all on the inside of that bottom tab, and this is going to line up and sit along the bottom here. So I'm just pushing that right up into the corner there, and just bring up the sides there. Make sure that this is running nice and parallel with the sides. Okay, so that's the bottom of the card, and then you're going to take these side pieces and do exactly the same. Add the glue on the inside of that tab, and you're going to bring this right down to the corner and just bring that right over so you know it's nice and straight. This is then going to stick inside in a minute and come up and around, and you'll see start to get that corner of our envelope. So again with this one. Okay, and then you can add your glue now. What you might want to do is just take a little wedge off of the corners here, just so it all sits in nicely. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my glue. Probably find you have to do it on both at the same time. Well, no, you can do one at a time actually. I'm just going to bring them up, and just, you want to make sure that you've got a nice right angle here. Don't be tempted to pull one in more. If you bring that under and make sure that this runs nice and straight as well, like so. And then again, if I just pop that one under there, I can make sure that that's running parallel with this fold, and then just push that all in. And just use a ruler or something to get in there and just make sure the tabs are all secure, like so. And then I'm just going to take some glue, and you can see when you bring that up, you can see, like if you put your finger like there, and if I open that up, I can see where I need to add the glue, and then just bring that down, just pinch that together, and then again I can just kind of get my glue under there. Ooh. Okay, and then on the back where you've got your joins here, if you fold that in half, that size will perfectly cover the joins. I'm going to use the construction glue over all of this, and then I'm going to add glue to the 2 outer tabs of this piece here, and you want to have it as a W shape. I'll just show you here, just roughly in the middle, come up about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom there, fold it all down like concertina fold, and then close that. And now when that opens, it will only open, what, 1.25 inches, which is perfect for that to stand up. And now you can decorate it. Now I did add a bar across the middle here, which was it was 6 inches by 1 inch, I think, and then I scored at 1/2 inch either end, just stuck the 1/2 inches. You can just see it in there, but I don't actually think you need it, because I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to pop it on a little wobbler. I've got these here which I want to get used. I've had them for quite a few years now. There's action wobblers which are plastic and a lot more lightweight, but these have got like a metal spring. I think these were by Dovecraft, but they've got a coating on them which isn't the best, I don't think, for adding glue to it. Just kind of peels off. So I just peel off the top layer there, so you get that raw cardstock. Makes it much easier to add the glue. Again with that one there, I'm going to add my glue all on the back, and then I can add this behind. I'm going to use the lamb for this card, like so, and then add my glue onto that part, and now I can place him, I reckon, about there. So I've got all that dimension still without adding the bar, and then I can just stick stuff behind on foam tabs, stick stuff behind here. So if I just bring this one back in, because I'm going to pop this all on high speed now while I decorate it all. But you can see what I did there, and you can see all of the pieces here. You've got birthday sentiments, all different spring sentiments, lots and lots of pieces. I mean, the tiny little foiled hearts. There is so much in this kit. It's well worth its money. It's really good value for money. You've got sending love, all sorts. So I'm going to get the honeycomb belly popped on as well. There's a couple of different colours here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And then I'll show you it when it's finished. And there's the finished card. How cute is that? They are so fun to make, and I just love this kit. So I'll just show you them both together there. See all the details. It's nice with those little foiled like details. They catch the light there. And then, yep, space on the back there. Oh, I need to decorate the back. I'll do that later. So nice little keepsake. I mean, like I said, they're going to work for so many occasions. They're lovely with flowers coming out. Be nice as a wedding card, maybe like the bride and groom. You can personalize it, have a big number for someone's birthday. So many ways to use this one. So I hope you like the 5x7 version. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, you've not seen the 6x6 before, or was it, like I said, it's either 6x6 or 6x8. That will be linked up here. So go and have a look at that one, or I'll have them popping up now to click on. And I'll have all the product that I've used linked below the video. If you've enjoyed today, give me a thumbs up, please. It really does help the channel. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. And that way you won't miss out on any future videos. See you all again soon. Bye.